Hello Gophers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of email with Golang. We'll be exploring the net smtp package to send emails directly from our Go applications. Whether you're building a notification system or just want to send emails programmatically, this tutorial has got you covered. So, let's get started. The net smtp package in Go provides a simple way to send emails using the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP. It's part of the Go standard library, so you don't need to install any third-party packages to use it. Here we have a simple net HTTP-based REST API server. We will create REST APIs to send emails. We have only one API implemented so far, which responds with "Hello World" text. We will be using Gmail to send emails. We need to get the password for this application. For this, we must go to the Google account settings and search for app passwords. Here, fill in the app name and press Create. It pops up the password that we can use in our app. Let's copy this. We paste this into our environment file. In this file, we have defined other variables like from email, which specifies the email ID from which the mail will be sent. The last two variables are address of the SMTP server, one without port and another with port. Let's call go.env.load function to load the environment variables from the .env file. We explained this in episode 17. Let's get back to code now. We will write a function that will send an email. This function requires a list of recipient email addresses, which is a slice of strings, subject, and the body of the email. This function will return an error. We begin with plain authentication. It requires identity, username, password, and host. The first parameter is the identity, usually left empty. The other three parameters are the sender's email address, the sender's email password, and the SMTP server address. All these are retrieved from the environment variables. This method returns the auth object. Let's receive it in a variable auth. Now, we need to form an email message. The net SMTP package expects the message to be in this form. We specify the subject like this. Then a new line and then the body. Now we will send the email with SMTP sendMail function. It requires the SMTP address. Let's take it from the environment variable. Next is the auth object we created. Then the send email. Let's copy it from here. Then the recipient email IDs. And the message in the end. The message is automatically converted to bytes. This function returns an error, and so does our function. Let's return this error. Now we will implement an API/email on which we will send the email. Let's create this handler. To save time, I am pasting the implementation here. This will be a POST API that will expect the request body in this format. We need the recipient addresses, subject, and the body of the email. Here is the handler function. Here we check if the request is not POST. If so, we return with method not supported status. Next, we create an instance of the request body structure. This will be used to store the retrieved key value pairs from the request body. Then, we decode the JSON. On error, we respond with the appropriate status code. We expect the recipient email IDs to be comma separated, so we split it into a slice of strings. Next, we call the sendEmail function. Pass the parameters. Handle the error. At last, we respond with the text, "Email sent successfully." Let's run the server and try to send an email. In this curl request, we call the API with these parameters. We got this response from the server. Let's check if we received this email. Here is the email. It worked. Till now we have only tried a text email. Let's send an email with HTML in the body. For sending an HTML email, we will create a copy of this function. Let's name it Send HTML Email. We will rename this argument to HTML body. We need to add these headers in the message of the email to make net SMTP understand that this email has HTML content. Here, before the body, we need to add the headers and then 2 new lines. Now we will create another API to send HTML email. Let's create this handler. This handler will be similar to the email handler. Let's copy it. Instead of send email, call send HTML email. Let's try this API. Run the server. We will execute this curl request. Here the body has HTML content. Here is the API. Let's run this. We got a successful response. Let's look at the email. We have HTML in the body of the email. This is great, we can send HTML emails. But in real-world scenarios, there are multiple types of emails you need to send to the user. This requires different types of templates, so it is better if we can leverage templates to send emails. Let's create a folder for templates. We will create a sample template called Hello Email. Here is the sample welcome mail. We have specified the style tag here. This is the header. It used the name variable that we will pass to the template. In the server, we will add another API. Let's implement this handler. We will begin by creating a new structure for the request body. This field contains the recipient emails like before. Then the subject. Here we have a field for the template to be used for the email. And this field specifies the variables that will be used in the template. Let's make a copy of this function. For JSON parsing, we will use the new structure, email with template request body. Let's create a new template from the name of the template passed in the request body. We need to specify the templates directory. Then comes the template name. Here we will specify only the template name without the extension. Add the extension at the end of the file name. This returns the template and an error, if any. Handle the error. Now we will render the template with the variables passed in the request body. First, define the bytes buffer to take the rendered template. Now, run the template execute function and handle the error. In the send HTML email function, the body of the email will be the rendered template. VS Code is showing an error. We have a name mismatch. Let's fix this. Let's try this API now. In this curl request, we are calling the new API. We have specified the template Hello Email. We are passing name in the variables. The email is sent successfully. Let's open this email. It works. The email has the name we passed and the style specified in the template. You've learned how to send emails using the Net SMTP package in Go. This is a powerful feature that can be used in many applications, from sending notifications to users to integrating with other services. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Go programming content. Happy coding!